Breathe in, move, listen. Invite Jesus to your space. Welcome to Christ-Centered Yoga, your full body stretch. This is probably my favorite go-to to move the body out in the day and to get the mind in the right space. So let's start at the back of our mats. Start to take a wide child's pose. Knees are out. Maybe you just sink into the heels for a breath. Roll the shoulders down and away from the heart center. If it feels safe here to close down the eyes, then I invite you to do so. If you'd like to reach those fingertips out nice and wide, this is the space for you to connect. So bringing presence into your practice. Find a place that's comfortable for you to be able to start connecting with the breath. So again, closing down those eyes and notice the breath as it comes in and out of the heart space. Notice the temperature of breath. Notice how it feels. Is it warm? Is it cool? Not forcing or changing anything at all, whether you're in child's pose or seated upright on your mat. Let's just tune into this presence, allowing us to invite Jesus to our space. So if you close down your eyes for just a moment and really connect with this inhale and exhale, visualizing this lifeline to our heavenly home away on this earth, this connection piece. As you inhale, invite Christ to your space. Maybe you hold the inhale and let him remain with you. Exhale down nice and slow and feel his spirit draw closer to you. And then hold the exhale and hear him speak. I am he. So whether you continue with this box breath or a natural movement of breath, maybe it's a 3-part breath, what feels right in your body? To just witness the expansion of the belly and the chest and the ribs. Witness this ability to tap into this presence that is always available to you at any time and any place. So let's set our intention today. Maybe even the intention, I am he, or whatever intention that you feel like you need to step on your mat today with. But allowing him to be invited to this space, to be able to step into the passenger side of the vehicle, your body, and let him be your guide. Who seek ye? I seek Jesus. And maybe you hear him say, I am he, as if he is already here. If you would like to tap into the ancient sacred sound of foreign mantra in Mandarin Chinese, I am he, 我是他，我是他，我是他. And if that doesn't resonate with you today, maybe it's an om or another vibrational sound of your choice, or even resonated with your mantra that you have chosen specifically for your practice today. This is a point of drishti, a focus point we can come back to when the mind wanders, because it will wander. That's just part of being the natural man. So with your next breath, let's start to creep the hands out if they're not already in child's pose. Soften through the shoulders, extend, take a deep breath in here. And then on the exhale, start to narrow up the knees slightly. Walk the hands as far as they'll possibly go until the hips are directly above the knees. And then melt the chest down towards the earth. The forehead will drop into the earth. Maybe the bridge of the nose if you need a little deeper sensation, or the chin or the chest. You could even possibly look forward to find a little bit more opener in the heart, but be careful to not lose sight of the core. So imagine yourself pulling that navel into the spine, activating the core, that foundation that holds the upper and lower body together. That foundation, even as we refer back to our foundation on Christ, the most important part of grounding, to find that love and light in our own hearts to prepare for our day. We'll gently and slowly start to walk the hands back out of puppy posture or anahata. Find all fours, tabletop, anything that feels good. Organically move the body around to find the tensiest places in your body. It's going to be different than mine because our bodies are different every day. Maybe you tuck up the toes and feel the fleshy parts of the feet. Feel the anchor of the starfish fingers into the mat, clasped to a rock of an ocean. You may even choose to bring the cervical spine, the neck, or the back into this movement. And maybe it feels right to take the hands backwards on the mat, sink the elbows heavy into the earth, stretch out the forearms, preparing for our work today. Other direction if it feels good and safe. And maybe clasping them together as if you're squeezing an imaginary stress ball. So let the breath move through the body. Start to connect here. You may even come into an upward facing dog or a cobra, lifting those thighs up off the mat. Or you may even choose to turn the hands backwards to feel the stretch and sensation through the forearms. There's no wrong or right here, so choose what feels good in your body. Just feel it out, move it out. Maybe you're twisting from right to left to get some of those tensious places out of the side of the body. And then when you're ready, we'll shift the hips up and over, downward facing dog. Bicycle out the heels, pedal it out, feel what feels good, generously bend the knees. Take up space on your mat. Walk it out. Maybe you wag your tail feather right to left. Really feel those tensious places in the body. Maybe that right hand will come to the center of the mat and the left behind the back to stretch through the shoulder or grab for the opposite calf or ankle. Again, feel into the breath. Feel into the feeling body and out of the thinking mind. We'll swap sides if it feels right. And maybe you reach for that outside calf or ankle. Letting the breath go and letting it move through your body. Generously bend the knees. Look to the top of your mat. Step forward. Toes will go out. Heels will be in. We'll just take a short malasana here just to open up the hips, sink down through the tail. If this is a little bit tensious, you could always take a block or a book, or even stay up tall, knees out wider, call through the crown. Let's take a breath or two here, open up the heart. Maybe we open our wingspan. Just feeling into the feeling body, and then come back to your center. Heel toe those feet in, head is heavy. Maybe we grab onto those elbows, sway from side to side. What feels good, show up here for yourself. Hands may even go behind the back into a chest expansion. Head will be heavy here. Maybe you shake it yes or no. But always ending on a positive yes again. Hands come down to the earth. We'll inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, just like that. Breath comes in. And breath comes out. Release, surrender. Heads last to come up for 3 and 2 and 1. Gentle back bend if it's there. Awake and arise. Hands check in, prayer. Bring it all the way to the earth. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, step plant. Back into your plank, child's pose, or downward facing dog. We'll take our first flow today. Inhale forward, drop the knees, the chest and the chin, keeping the elbows tucked in nice and tight to the side of the body. Inhale, cobra, toes untucked. Lift and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, press into the palms of the hands. Shift back into your child's pose. Tuck up the toes, send the hips back up high to the sky. Full belly breath here. And a long belly breath out. On the next breath, send the right leg high. Come up and down onto your toes to work out any kinks in the ankle. Bend your knees and bring the heels toward the buttocks. We'll open and stack our right hip over our left. Maybe circle with the ankles or the hip. Anything that feels good with your body. Stay with your breath. Tiger curl, nose to knee. Push the earth away from the body, and when you're ready, step between the two hands, heel then toe. Drop the left knee and find your foundation. Inhale, arms rise high to the sky. Exhale, sink down into the psoas. Stay with your breath. As you gently bring your hands to the top of the knee, press a little bit further, sink a little bit lower into the hip. Maybe your hands even come behind the head. Open the elbows to the sky. Deep breath here. Let it go. Hands back to the knee. And then find a twisted lunge as we lower our left hand to the earth. Maybe we tuck up the back toes, reach the right wing high. Deep breath here. Split your mat 50-50 front to back. Draw breath in. Maybe you drop the knee, windmill those arms, open heart to the sky. We'll start to move the right foot to the blade edge of the mat. Lizard lunge, hand to the floor, or drop the knee. What feels good into your body, just explore it out. Take a moment, create stillness, listen to sound, breath, and mantra. We'll gently and slowly start to move out of lizard pose. Half split, Ardha Hamanasana, whether we use blocks or props. Move in and out of forward lunge to half split. Deep breath in, ride the wave of breath. Wiggle out the tension in the hamstring. We'll draw breath into the body. And then exhale, release. And remember to make good choices here, using our tools appropriately to feel comfort into the practice. You may even choose to put a split into your practice or full Hamanasana. But if that's not within your practice, listen and stay in Ardha Hamanasana, half split, by being able to come back to a place where we know is safe. When you're ready, we'll start to bring that right knee to the top of the mat, left foot to the blade edge, pigeon pose. Bring any props or blocks to connect with the earth, maybe patting under the hip. Square your hips, look up toward the heaven above. Let's make sure that we're stacked equally right to left and the back leg is straight and strong. We may even choose to do a supine pigeon on our spines. If this is a little bit too tensious, we could draw breath in and move arm up and around. But I want you to make the right choice. Come into the posture however you see fit with your breath. Good. Gently take last breath here. Maybe you even start to move out the quadricep. This is an option. We could cramp if we do this, so be safe with your body. And then maybe we'll come into log pose. Swiggle one leg on top of the other. Create a triangle in between the legs. So reach up for the heavens above. And then shin bones up and over if it feels right. If not, we're going to stay right up to this tall position. Move down through our breath as we push the leg down. Let's strengthen our stakes and meet our body where it needs to be met, because this is the time to enlarge your borders with breath, sound, mantra, and creation. I am He. 我是他. And we'll start to gently come out of this position. Maybe we hit another pigeon pose if it feels good. Tuck your toes and then meet back in downward dog if it feels right. Reset the breath. Let it go. Shift forward to plank. Knees, chest, chin. Listen to your body. Maybe it needs rest and you skip the vinyasa all over. We'll meet in back in downward dog to reset breath together when we're ready and when we're willing. So deep breath here. Let it go. Articulate your spine, round forward to plank. Ride the breath like a wave forward to back. Good. Connect with your body, your breath. And when you're ready, that left leg will go high to the sky. Maybe we lift up and down on the ankle, pop out anything that's tight or tensious in the body. Allow ourselves to bend the knee. Maybe you stack left hip over right. You may even choose to flip your dog. So make sure that you're open through the side waist. Feel into your feeling body. Take rest when necessary. Bring that nose to knee when you're ready. Tiger curl. Press the earth away. We'll step between the two hands, heel and toe. Anchor. Drop the knee. Find the foundation through the core. Inhale, arms go high. Exhale, hands on top of the thigh. Exhale, sink just a little bit lower through those hips. Maybe inhale, hands behind the head, open the elbows and expand through your heart. Maybe you extend. We'll bring the hands back to the knee and this right hand on the inside foot or a block. Maybe you tuck your toes, lift the knee up off the earth. Open the left wing to the sky. Inhale, draw breath in. Exhale, let go of anything no longer serving you. Maybe you drop the knee and windmill the hands up. Open and sink through the psoas. We'll gently start to windmill all the way back. Left toe goes to the blade edge corner. And we allow that body to sink. Maybe we drop the knee or rock forward to back. Your body will tell you as you follow your breath. Just let it be your guide. Maybe you come down to the elbows, or maybe you're staying up tall and pushing the knee away from the body. There's no right or wrong. The right choice is letting go of the ego, closing down the eyes, connecting with breath, sound, mantra, to scan out the tensious places in our body. We'll gently start to move out of lizard posture here. Frame the foot, come into your half split. Grab any props that might serve your practice today. And follow the breath. Exhale, sink back into the hip. Maybe you give yourself a few body vinyasas here with your breath. Move out any pent-up energy that's lying in the psoas or the hamstring itself. And then when you're ready, sink into the stillness. You'll know as you listen, your breath will be your guide. Yoga is not about judgment, expectation, or competition. So find the posture that works. Maybe it's a full split today. Maybe it's not. We'll go into our pigeon pose on the left side now. This pose is about foundation and grounding. So find that foundational grounding point. Whether we have to take some blankets here to prop up through the hip, we could even have an option to open the shoulder, take some rotations through the rotator cuff, or we could stretch out the quadricep. Be careful of the cramping that could possibly happen here. If that's not serving your body, the choice is yours. Listen, maybe it's grounding down onto a block, sleeping pigeon to the earth, or you're staying upright. Let's just listen and let sound create. I am he. 我是他. Good. Gently, slowly start to come back. We'll reset our breath back in downward facing dog when you're ready and when you're willing. Maybe you articulate that spine, take some couple of body vinyasas, wave-like motion. Maybe you put a flow in, an extra push-up or rest and skip the vinyasa altogether. Your body will tell you exactly what it needs. So listen, let go of ego. We'll take that left foot forward, create a beautiful triangle between our legs into our log stack posture. So can you secure your foundation, this triangle? Lead with love and light through the crown of your head. And remind yourselves to find the pose that meets our body, our needs in this very moment. Whether it's sending it forward, or sitting up tall, or just working into the breath with the knee. Make sure that foot's right on top of the knee, and let's let sound create. Find that focal point of breath, sound, or mantra. Beautiful job. Gently and slowly come on out. We'll come into a camel pose today. Hips are directly on top of the knees. We're going to open head over heart, heart over pelvis. Keep a neutral extension with the spine. Hands can go fists for wrists on the back, or hands one direction or the other. Squeeze the elbows back and lift the heart up towards the sky. Envision this imaginary wall right across the top of our hips. This pose is about exploration, not about competition, judgment, or expectation. So listen to the body as we open the heart. Find a neutral spine to come out. We'll sink back into the heels and find a neutral spine first before taking our counter pose. We'll take a rabbit pose. So tuck the chin to the chest, the head goes to the earth. We'll grab onto the back of the heels, tuck the toes, and open through the spine. Good. Maybe you drop the hands to the side of the body. Give yourself a nice head massage, stimulating the hair follicles, the skull, the blood to the brain. Feel the dull achiness behind the cervical spine. Be gentle and be safe here. Not too much pressure, but just enough to be able to stimulate all of that fresh blood and oxygen to the brain. We'll come back up to a seated pose and extend the arms up and out. Sink back into child's pose. Untuck your toes. Take time to create sound, mantra, breath, connection. And then rise up slowly, prepping for dolphin dog. Give a little strength through our bodies today. Forearms to the earth. Tuck your toes and send the hips high to the sky. Elbows draw in, shoulders loop down, away from the ears. Pull the belly up into the spine. The modification would be drop the knees to the earth. So check in. Elongation of the neck and spine. Belly comes in with breath. We'll shift forward into our dolphin plank. Hold steady and strong, push the earth away as our hips rise back up to the sky above. Inhale, draw forward. Exhale, draw back. Good. Pull that belly up into the spine, steady and strong. Beautiful breath in and a beautiful breath out. Drop the knees and send back to child's pose for rest. You did a beautiful job. Way to activate the core. Get it ready for the day. We'll come to a seated position on our mat. Roll down nice and slow, prepping for bridge. Bend the knees, feet are flat on the earth, shoulders draw down and away from the earth. And then we tickle the back of the heels, knees in line with the hips in line with the shoulders. We'll press the hips and pelvis up high to the sky. Option to take a chest expansion, trying to lift the hip bones higher than the navel center. Squeeze the glutes. If you have a will practice here, you may choose to plant the palms to the side of the head, coming up nice and safe on the crown of the head, and then press all the way up. When you're ready to come out, be safe. Tuck the chin to the chest and gently roll down one vertebra at a time. Bring those knees into the chest, and let's go for a happy baby's posture. Grabbing either the ankles, the calves, or the soles of the feet, 2 fingers and a thumb, yogi toe hold. We'll gently set some movement through your breath as you rock side to side. Maybe you extend a connective tissue with one leg or the other, maybe both at the same time. Or soles back into butterfly pose. Lots of options here. So fit into the space that your body is calling you. We'll bring our right leg on top of the left, figure 4, hands come through the leg, one on the outside, hamstring grasp. Let's send our ankles on a few circles, draw the knee to the chest, and press out through the piriformis muscle in the hip. Beautiful job. Gently release, switch to the other side. You're in control of this posture. So the more you pull in and the more you press away with the elbows, the more release that you'll find in the fascia of your hips. So finish this last exhale. And release into an inversion. Legs can extend up the wall safely here. Ground down, hands, palms upward. Maybe you take a knees to forehead. Reminding ourselves not to move our head or neck at all in this posture. Maybe you extend into a half shoulder stand. Maybe it's a plow, but if our feet don't touch the earth, we want to make sure that we keep a hold of the back or the spine. You may even choose a death man's pose or interlace the hands behind the back. Taking whatever variation feels good in your body, which could be legs up the wall. These are some advanced postures, so just remember to listen and explore your practice in the way that your body needs to be met. As we gently start to come out of this posture, we use our abdominals to lower all the way down nice and slow. And then maybe moving into a fish posture, a couple of variations, maybe hands underneath the hips, forearms open, slightly resting the crown of the head towards the earth. Or we could even choose to use a block, 2 blocks to open through the spine naturally. One on the back of the spine, one on the top of the head, and gently release into the earth. So this is the time for you to stay in this posture of fish or move through freeform yoga to express and move your body in any way it still needs, allowing ourselves to rewire truths through beliefs and mantra and sound. So take whatever variations that you need. Maybe it's a spinal twist. Maybe there's some other options before we move into our final pose, our resting pose, and our meditation for today. So when you're ready, slow the breath down. Find what feels good in your body. If you would like to use mantra meditation during this visualization and would like to go with the intention we set today, I am he, you can use it in the ancient sacred sound of Mandarin Chinese tonal vibration, 我是他. Or if you'd like to choose something else completely, make yourself comfortable and close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath and start to let go of any tension in your body as you settle into a more relaxed posture, lying here on the floor. Your whole body lying on the floor. Feel yourself dropping down from your mind and into your body. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the surface you're resting on. The body heavier, the spirit lighter with every breath that you take. This breath, connection to your heavenly home while away on this earth. Invite this lifeline to your space. Allow yourself to become still, more comfortable and more relaxed as you feel the heart beating in your chest. The breath moving in and out of the heart space. And for a moment, visualize that you're walking barefoot along a secluded beach, close to where the surf thins out onto the sand and then recedes back again. Perhaps you enjoy letting the water softly lap up onto your ankles. Is it cool to the touch, refreshing, or is it warm and inviting? Or maybe you would prefer to make your way just out of its reach. It's a beautiful warm day with just the right amount of cloud cover. As you walk along, you can feel the packed sand beneath your feet, the grains rubbing up in between the toes as you sink in a little with every step you take. A light breeze brings a touch of the ocean mist to your face, and you can smell the clean scent of the sea. The rhythmic sounds of the waves and the seabirds soothe and comfort you. You see them drift high above, And all the sights and sounds and the feelings here convey deep sense of peace and harmony with nature. Before long, you notice the sound of the ocean has become a little softer. The feeling of the air around you lighter. The sound softer, the air lighter. And even your mantra, I am he, 我是他, becomes slightly softer, the air around a little lighter. And within, you also begin to feel lighter, clearer, and more open as you soon feel the presence of Christ, as if he'd been there all along. His company feels perfectly natural, familiar, and warm. And from the moment he joins you, you feel that love is everywhere, coming from him, from the sea, from the sky, from the sand, and especially from the space of your own heart. Love is present and very apparent here, right now, in this space. Bring your focus into your spiritual heart, the space in the chest, in the very center. Focus within and quietly feel God's love in your heart. I am he. 我是他. As you connect deeper in the space of your heart, consider something in your life that you worry about, something you believe needs to be different than it is, but that you seem to be at a loss to change. Feel the heaviness of that worry, that problem, and how it weighs upon you, almost like a lead jacket over your back and shoulders. Perhaps the reason it feels so heavy is it's a burden that you are not meant to carry. You've chosen to feel personally responsible for something you can't control or change, something that should be left up to God, that you've taken as your own. Notice this moment, this breath, this opportunity to give it back. And as you sit with Jesus, you begin to cup your hands together and imagine placing that situation, all of the fear, the worry, and concern you've accumulated into the palm of your hands. Get a good solid feeling of all the negativity accumulating now, and notice how heavy your hands become as you allow it to all pour into them from the space of your back and your shoulders. Christ stands before you now, the light at his back, an embodiment and representative of your God, and holds out his hands to receive your burden of worry. Take this moment to turn it all over to him and let go. Feel flooded with light and love from your Heavenly Father as his love rushes in and replaces all that you release. Faith is knowing that God's way is best for us. I am he, 我是他. Though it often goes beyond our understanding, once you have done what you can to resolve a situation and made good use of the resources available around you, you can rest assured that God wants it that way. Give it to him and know that he is. I am he. 我是他. Take a deep breath in and let it all go. The ocean seems to cradle you in God's love. Receive the love that pours into you through his hand and allow it to go anywhere and everywhere within you, opening, clearing, and helping you release. Allow anything within you that might be in the way of God's love to break loose and dissolve. Take time to receive. Take time to let go. And take time to receive more. I am he. 我是他. And then begin to gradually bring your awareness back into your body, into your fingers, into your toes. Slow, steady movements. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Maybe take a nice pencil stretch out. And then gently and slowly either roll over to one side of the body for transformational fetal posture, or if you're ready to move on with your day, come all the way up to a seated pose of your choice. Allow yourself to move out anything tense or tight in the body. Still scan that body from crown to tail. And then if it feels nice and open, everything's moving freely, take a beautiful breath high to the sky. Biggest breath you've taken all day. And then reach for heaven above. This is where we seek, we hear, we listen. And then pull those hands right down in the third eye to seek for truth, all the way into the heart to build on the love of Christ and the light that He shines. When we're in this space together, we can say that we are one. Namaste.